What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin, and we're back with another video. So, in my previous video, I spoke about being an international student, and this video will be recorded on the same day but be posted later. And I really wanted to say something else, different from school, different from being an international student, just a totally different topic, and it's relationships, right? More specifically, friendships and girl friendships. So let me speak on friendships first, very vaguely. Friendships, in a nutshell, can be draining, they can be tiring, but at the same time, friendships can be amazing and they can lead to some of the greatest results you'll ever find, you know. I have a lot of great friends, I love all of my friends, and it's been amazing. And I believe that in order to go on and have an even better relationship, it is to know how to first be a great friend. And a great friend to me is someone who is accountable, someone who's honest, and someone who is respectful, you know. He's not gonna make, or she's not gonna make any jokes to the point where she's attacking me as a person, but she might tease me, you know. I tease all my friends all the time. I'm like, I don't want to sound bad, I don't want to get canceled, but like, I say some mess up things to my friend. For example, I have an Indian friend, and like anytime he messes up, I'm like, why did you do that? But that's just an example, you know. And we're all still cool, and he makes his jokes and whatever, and that's just how we are. But going on to branching off from that, relationships, right? In order to be a great boyfriend or girlfriend, you also need to be a great friend, right? Because one thing that I have learned over the ages, not ages, but of my young years, and from people who are older, from people on social media, from reading books, the best way I've seen people maintain relationships is obviously not to cheat, but to be friends with your partner. And I'm not saying like how you would call your friend, "What's up, dog?" or "Yo, bro." Like, shape your relationship in a way where you and your partner are not just partners but also friends. You know, you guys can hang out, you guys can chill and watch a movie, maybe even play games, go to church, like whatever you're into, partying, things that you can do with your friends, going to the gym, things that you can do with your friends, being able to do that with your partner, not just seeing your partner as, oh, we hold hands, or we do whatever, or we, you know, do relationship things. That's just, I want to say, 50% of our relationship, and the other 50% is being friends with her, you know, being respectful, being a good, strong leader, being someone who she can rely on. Of course, that those should always come first, but being like playful, being jovial, being someone that she doesn't have a problem to talk her secrets to, her problems with her friends to. Like, it's deeper than just taking a few pictures and posting captions underneath each other about, oh, you came into my life when I was down, so I will take care of you when I'm up. Like, it's way deeper than that, you know. It's not just buying her flowers, it's buying her flowers that she likes, you know. It's not just taking her out to dinner, it's taking the time out to find somewhere that she will love, and not one that you think that she would love, you know. It's a lot of effort, it's a lot of being loving and respectful. And I would say that's the number one tip I have for relationships. And the second thing I would want to add to that is to try even when it's hard. That would be my second point. Try when it seems hard. It could be long distance, it could be close distance, it could be in the same house, right? You should never, especially if you love the person, you should never put them in a position where they don't feel as if they're being loved, you know? Everyone has their bad days, everyone has their arguments, everyone has days when they're just not it, you know, you're just not feeling well, or your partner did something to piss you off, you know? Those things happen. But don't just fall off, you know? Don't just stop communicating, don't just disappear. Be present, but at the same time, don't be overbearing, and at the same time, don't be too absent. It's all about balance. And once you can find that balance in your relationship, things will usually smooth over faster. Like for me, for example, I've been dating my girlfriend for going 2 years now, and I see no potential for it like stopping anytime soon. And one thing I've learned is whenever things get hard and we're like pushed to our wits end, we're like so tired, we're so frustrated, and it feels like, oh, nothing's gonna work out, that's when you actually like really lock in, you double down, and you're like, hey, I'm willing to give you like a breather. You know, you're not gonna say we need some space. Give her a breather. You get your breather. You know, take a break, take a 5, recuperate, come back loving, and that's just how you gotta do it sometimes. You know, it's not gonna always be smooth. It's not always gonna be fun, and that's one thing that I've learned. You know, and the third thing I want to add to that is don't tell anyone your problems. Right? Telling people your problems is a gateway into negativity, and you don't want to feed into any negativity. You don't want to speak negativity on your relationship or on your life. So let me give you an example recently. So you know, with the Streamers University and whatever, Cooking with Kaya, she was there, and she had like, you know, danced, and some people were touching her, and one of the persons was a guy. Her boyfriend, he went to Twitter. He said, "Take it from me, don't date these hoes." Called her a this and a bunch of slurs, and he basically disrespected her, degraded her, made the situation worse than it actually is. Just to find out after the fact, she had checked the guy and say, "Hey, bro, that's not cool." And you have to remember, it's a party, it's a club situation. Anything can happen, and your girl or your partner is not gonna always be 100% in control, right? And if he instead didn't respond and just approached her privately and been like, "Hey, I thought we were cool, like what's going on? I know we're having problems, but like I didn't appreciate that." And she'd been like, "Damn, you're right, I'm sorry," or "It wasn't like that, you know, it wasn't my intention, da da da." She explains herself, and you guys build a stronger bond. But what happened was he cursed her out. Now she's here defending whatever happened, even though she said it wasn't intentional. She's now defending it. She doesn't care anymore. She's like, "Oh, why is he saying this? We're not even together," and it's basically making the situation worse. So that's one thing, is to not tell anyone your business. Obviously seek advice from like a close friend, family member, but the best thing to always do at the end of the day is to be respectful and keep your drama or relationship problems as far away from the public eye as possible, you know? Try to keep things respectful. Try to keep your relationship drama free. I know when you're younger, like, hey, it's fun, you know, it's good drama, but in the long run, it's not something that's gonna last, you know? And that's talking from watching people's experiences, hearing of stories, my own experience. Drama never lasts when it comes down to a relationship. Stability is what lasts. And the last tip I want to leave with you today, tip number 4, or secret number 4, something number 4, is don't let things get bored. And I say this because I don't want to say this, but I'd rather someone hate me than for them to not feel anything from me. Because, and this might sound toxic in a way, and it might sound manipulative or whatever, but it's more of a how impactful your presence were on their life. And it's not just in dating, it means for everything. Obviously when you're dating, do not do things to make your partner hate you. But if when your partner or your ex looks back at your relationship and they're like, wow, she was boring, and then she tells everyone you're boring and this and that, it really makes you look like, I don't know, it makes you look really lame. No one wants a lame person. People love to enjoy life. Life is already rough as it is, you know, you gotta keep things entertaining. And I believe that being boring is something that no one should want in a relationship. And the reason why I said I'd rather be hated is not that being hated is something better. Being hated is something that you should never want in a relationship. But at least when, you know, that's the narrative, they will remember you for it. They will have something to put to you and put on you in that relationship. Say, oh, nah, I hate him. He did this, he did that, da da da. Versus, oh, what happened to Cyrus? Oh, what happened to Cyrus? Oh, he did this, he did that, da da da. You know, that just shows that whatever your relationship was, it's more impactful. And my thing is, I always want to have a positive and great impact on everyone's life that I enter. But if you have to choose between being forgettable and like a background character, or being rememberable but hated, you know, who remembers the guy that donated $1 million to charity? No. But people remember, I don't want to call names because I'm not justifying anything, but people usually remember bad people. You know, I'm pretty sure you can think of a few bad people right now in history, in your life. They're usually easy to remember versus the boring whatever guy or girl. And when I say boring, I don't mean going to clubs, going to parties, drinking, doing whatever the hell, you know. That's not what I mean. What I mean is to be attentive, to be present, to make her feel like life is worth living and vice versa. You know, surprise her with flowers, plan dates, you know, communicate, tell her jokes, you know, hang out. Those things really keep your relationship alive. And those 4 things are what I believe, I don't know if it was 4 or 5, but those few things or a few tips or a few secrets are what I follow by / abide by to help push my relationship into a positive and successful future. And as I said, not as I said, but I will say this, it's not a guarantee that this advice will help the relationship last forever, but in the long run, you will find more success in dating if you follow these steps. You know, you will find more longevity, you will find more love, you will find more respect, you will find more patience, and you'll find more understanding when you put these things at the front of your mind. You know, being a good friend first, be respectful, don't bring your news to anyone, don't be boring, you know, like, and these things are, you know, tested. These are tried, true, and tested. I just want to simplify it in a way where it can be easily digested. And that's pretty much all I have to add on this topic in terms of relationships. Situationships are a different case. I would recommend not to be in one. And if you are in one, do not expect advice, because every situationship tends to go down the path of breaking up, or you guys date for a little bit, go to dating, and then eventually break up shortly after. In the rare cases, it does work out, but usually you're in a situationship because the person is not committing to you. You know, you're not seeking this video because you don't want to commit. You're seeking this video because you want to commit, and the person you want to commit to isn't willing to commit. So you're here, right? So that's really all I have to add in terms of this video. It's gonna be, I want to say, an uncut, unedited, more like a me talking to you as like a big brother, even a younger brother, because I'm still relatively young. yeah, big slash younger brother speaking to you, just to know that, hey, I hear you and I understand your struggle, and there's some good advice. There are good people out there, and don't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you are right now in a relationship. Following these things will definitely help improve it. If it's like far gone, abusive, whatever, it's better off leaving. Just leave that alone. But if it's like a normal relationship, you know, feel like you need some things to make it better, I find that these tips or advice really help. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.